So the overt narcissistic trait is displayed by manipulation, selfishness, lack of empathy, and basically utilizing others for personal benefit. So the next is the covert narcissist. The covert narcissist is more or less like the overt, but an indirect form of narcissist. They don't boast. They are not. They don't make like bogus statements. They are not like outward. It's more inward, but it has to do with um, manipulative behavior, a lot of gaslighting, um, creating pictures and scenarios and events that doesn't exist, only for with the intention to bend will and to make their victim to do their biddings. So it's more or less like a mental conditioning, and it's always indirect. It uses a lot of victimhood, it uses a lot of manipulation, and most at times it is shown with zero empathy. Like they lack empathy, they cannot really empathize with your current situation. The whole point of narcissistic people or narcissistic traits is for their own selfish benefits. Now, the third one is a grandiose narcissist. That one has to do with showmanship. It's all about a spectacle. They always like attention, multiple attention from everybody, everywhere, just for their own personal benefits. They also utilize the same traits of manipulation, gaslighting, blame shifting, victimhood, and all. But the core difference is they like the show, they like to be at the spotlight, they like to be in the midst of possible hundreds or thousands of people, and they want the attention to be strictly on them. So the next trait of the ASPD is the sociopathy, or what we call the sociopath. So basically, sociopathy, narcissistic people, narcissistic traits, it's always seen in sociopathy or sociopaths, but sociopaths is more a bit more extreme. They are very impulsive, they can be very covetous, they can be very vindictive, and they can this impulsivity can lead them to either take life or cause harm or hold a person against their will. They are always very, very impulsive. They have always a spike in their emotion, and this spike in their emotion would always make them to do things that are dangerous. They're also manipulative, they're also covetous, they're also vindictive, unforgiving, and they are predatory in nature, very dangerous. And you need to be very, very, very careful of this kind of people when you come across them. They always start off to be nice, very charming, but once you criticize, it's more or less like you step on a toe. And when you step on a toe, you get to see the dangerous part of them. Some sociopaths can go as far as taking life, like I said earlier, and they'll probably show like they are sorry, or it was not their fault, but nine times out of ten, they know what they are doing, and all their showmanship, all their behavior, all their predatory traits is all for personal gain and self-glory. Now, the fourth and the most dangerous of the ASPD traits is the psychopathy, which we can also call the psychopath. Now, the sociopath also is like the psychopath, but the reason why the psychopath is more dangerous is the psychopath is not impulsive. The psychopath is not impulsive. They are very calculative. They are very calm. They are very charming. A psychopath can actually take 2 years to plan a murder. A psychopath can take 10 years to carry out a revenge in the most dangerous and heinous way. They also are very vindictive. They are very predatory in nature, and they always aim to utilize other people for their own benefit strictly. So you need to be very careful. They're always very charming, always very nice, always very they know how to blend in, but they always have an agenda. So you need to be very careful of people that might display this trait. You know, they always have this kind of glare, this kind of dead sight. Like when you look into the eyes of a psychopath, you can see zero empathy. They really do not shake. Now, one of the most key ways that you can actually know a psychopath is when you are in a very dangerous situation, or when you are in a situation that people's reflexes naturally will spike up. A psychopath will remain calm even in the midst of the most dangerous and the most deadly kind of situation. And they are very cold. They have zero empathy for people's pain, and they are also extremely predatory. That's most of these pedophile, serial killers, and serial killer most especially are always psychopaths, because they always take their victim, they plan, they strategize, and they execute in the most dangerous way that you can ever think about. So yes, those are the 4 types of ASPD traits. We have the borderline, we have the narcissistic trait, we have the sociopath, and you have the psychopath trait. It's very important for us to be safe and to understand these traits, and we know how to navigate ourselves when we come across this kind of people. Maybe you call the police, or you put yourself in a situation where you don't spark them, because they can be very dangerous and they can be very predatory in nature. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Please click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and we would love to see you again so that we can create more of this content. And we'll also be creating a video about the core difference between a sociopath and a psychopath, so we can know how to safeguard ourselves and to cite the core difference, and to be able to play safe. Thank you so much, guys. It's Finney Jones, the king of Utopia, and I'm glad to be here to give you this content. Like I said, please click the like button, subscribe to our channel so we can give you more of this content. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.